Oh no! Oh no, I've been muted this whole time. Thank you for telling me. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I've been shooting the shit with myself this whole time. Um, so those bullet looking things are wait, let me show you. This is not the scene I want to use. This is the scene I want to use. Can you hear me okay now? Okay, great. Let me know if there's anything weird about the audio, and I can try to make adjustments. But those are just little particles that represent like the engine or whatever. Looking at them now, they're maybe a little too spread out. I don't know. I might change something about them. But the way they work is there's this particle node that you can add to an object in Godot, and it has all these different like attributes that you can set. So I've set like, the amount of particles that can be out at once is 6, and then when they spawn in, they have a velocity of 10, and they're going in the y direction relative to like the ship's orientation, which results in this. And then there's something similar for the explosion when you die, but instead, it's in every direction, and it's a single shot instead of a continuous thing. Yeah, so the thing that I was explaining when I was muted was that I've spent all week mostly on just UI stuff, to get prepared, because UI is the thing that I tend to neglect the most, but now I'm going to try to make some actual levels. So let's give ourselves some tiles, except not like that. And wait a minute, what the frick? Oh right, I have to go to my terrains. There we go. So I guess first we can just, maybe it's easiest to fill it in and then erase. So I think for the second level, whoops, I'm just going to have it be a horizontal hallway, so that they still won't have to turn yet. Hello? Oh, right, it's because I haven't connected the ending portal. So I'm thinking, wait a minute. All right, will it let me look at this now? Yes. I'm going to add a couple more tiles. Oop. Okay. Why am I getting an error? Oh, right. That's fine. And then we'll add in the ship. And now you should, yes, you are aware of the ship. So I'm thinking in this level, the player will just go horizontally toward the portal, but if they go past it, we'll have our first star, which I don't think I've made a node for that yet, have I? No, I haven't. So let's do that. That'll probably just be an area. I'll just call it star. And I think you want a star, yes. Give you a star. And we need a collision shape. And I think our star is a 4x4 sprite. So give this 4x4 collision shape, and we'll add a sprite, and then we'll add our star sprite. And let me make sure, I don't think this is all quite centered. Maybe it is. I wish, wait, what is your transform? Oh, it is centered. Okay. It just doesn't look like it because oh, wait a minute. It's 6x6, not 4x4. Okay. Let's give the star a script, and we'll give it its own class name, because why not? And then we're just going to connect its body entered signal to itself. And for now, let's just do a queue free to make sure the signal works. Yep. And so now we just want a way to communicate with the level, so that when the level ends, it'll know whether the player collected the star. So we've passed the star into this variable. So maybe we can just, at the end level function, a non-regular. Yeah, so there are a few ways you could do that. You have various like shape options, so you can make a circle, a capsule. You can make like a custom polygon. So if I wanted to, I could make a custom polygon and map it exactly to the pixels. But I'm kind of fine with it not matching exactly, because I want to give I want to like make it easier for the player, I guess. But yeah, there are a lot of options for that. I think that in general, square boxes are better for performance. But I think it's becoming more common to have irregular hitboxes in games. Like I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but I know that like Elden Ring has very precise hitboxes, and I imagine that some of that involves like non-rectangular hitboxes. So I think I'll just add a little condition to the end level function, and I'll just check whether the star is still there. Actually, that's a bad idea, because there are going to be some levels without stars. So I'll just add a little bool. Star got false by default. And then we'll connect, maybe let's auto connect the star's body entered signal. So in our ready function for the level, we'll say if star is not null, so if there's a star in this level, then star body entered connect, and then we need a function to connect it to. So we want to connect it to, what should we call it? Is it weird to have so the function will be called star get, and maybe this is confusing. And then star get will set star got to true. And so then we'll print star got to make sure that works. So if we go in and if we exit the level normally, then star got is false. But if we get the star and then we leave, still false. And we have a bug or an error. Error calling signal, body entered to callable. Oh, because I didn't put in an argument. Body. But I'll put the underscore in front of it because we don't actually need it. So will that work? Okay, great. That works. All right. Great. So now let me save this star as its own scene. And then we can reuse it. Parameter common parent is null. I don't know what you're talking about at all. All right, let's do our third level. So at this point, we've taught the player to just go up and get in the portal. We've taught them to go past the portal to get a star. And so now, I think I want to teach them to navigate a more complex environment. And I also, maybe this is a little too early, but I would like to teach them that sometimes they're going to need to go fast, even though that's dangerous to do in this game. So I'm thinking I might want to have a moving star in this level. So let's call this level 3. Our star script is in the wrong place. Okay. All right, let's bring in our tiles. Oops. I should make it so that basic tiles does not have this layout by default. Let's make it so it has oops. Why can I not? Oh, there we go. I want it to just be like a solid box by default. Okay, good. That's not messing with the ones we've already done. So all right. So I'm trying to think of how to make a level that will require them to move fast, possibly to chase after a start. First, let me make sure. It's a little hard to see with the tile grid where. Oh, okay. So that's my screen. I'm going to. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's rectify this a bit to make that more clear. Let's do one more. Yeah, that's better. And we'll do it here too. Okay. So hello. There we go. Sometimes I think I have this tile map set up ever so slightly wrong, because sometimes it does things that confuse me. So I think the first thing we can do to make this a little more challenging, although maybe it's not quite time for that yet. I was gonna say we could make we could make the hallways 1 block wide, but I'm not sure that the player would be ready for that. I want to be conservative about that after my last experience making physics-based games. Where's a portal? I'm not going to put it in there yet. I just want to see how this looks in the screen. So this is one issue with the way that I've set up my tile sets is it like automatically makes these corners, and I don't know if I actually want a corner there. So I might have to go in and edit that so that I don't get corners by default. Or I could do something like that. I wonder how that would feel to navigate. If we put, put the player in. Yes, it's definitely definitely a lot tighter. Oh, I didn't put in a respawn point. Oh, I didn't put one in here either, did I? Oh, right, I was just using a normal marker for that, I think. Okay. Let's make sure this works. Oh, I have to set it, yeah, to my respawn point, okay. And we need one level 3. So I'm getting a feel, I'm trying to see if the current like speed at which you die if you hit a wall feels right to me, because it's a little unforgiving right now, but I don't want it to be too forgiving. And one thing that's a little odd, well, here, let me see. Yeah, like if I'm traveling parallel to a wall and I'm going above a certain speed, and then I make one little like like I'm trying to decide if I want to make it so that your velocity has to be like close to perpendicular with a wall in order for you to actually crash into it. Because if you're going mostly parallel to a wall and you just happen to graze it and then you die, that might feel kind of bad. But I don't know. But I do also think it's like I want the game to be challenging. So I'll think on it. Also noticing that I think in the first level, didn't the particles, yeah, they disappeared on the walls. And in this level, is it because of the order of the nodes? Oops. Do I want the ship to be first? Yeah, okay. So the velocity is literally just, let me see. So every frame it checks to see whether you're inputting a direction, and then if you're inputting a direction, it'll plus equal to your velocity the speed, which is just this constant number, times your move input, so one of the cardinal 4 directions, and then by the change in time since the last frame. And so that means, like, if I'm holding right, then my velocity vector is like constantly getting increased in the right direction. And then if I start holding another direction, then it'll start like shifting in that direction. But because I'm adding to it, because I want it to have this like spacey feel, like you're managing zero gravity, it won't just instantaneously change when you input a new direction. So if I wanted to change the way that like death is calculated, I could check to see like how close to perpendicular the velocity vector is when you hit a wall, and if it's not close enough, then you don't die. But I think right now I might just make it so that you have to be going a little faster in order to die, because it's like you really don't have to be going all that fast. Like if I restart, well, I guess that's not so bad. I don't know. I do think, though, I don't like these corners. Let me see if I have... Do I have an easy fix for them, or am I going to have to edit the sprite? Let's see. Right, so those aren't part of the terrain. Is there any difference between these and these? I guess not. Okay, so maybe I'll make... Can I duplicate a terrain? That would be amazing. Tile set, terrain sets. Terrain. Can I not rename you? Why can I not rename that? Oh, because this isn't the parent scene. Here we go. So moving under that velocity while I don't... Oh, I see what you mean. So it would be... Well, maybe I see what you mean. So do you mean like it would only check the threshold of like the primary direction it was moving? So like if your velocity vector was mostly horizontal, it would only check that east velocity, west velocity sort of sum? This terrain stuff is a massive pain in the butt. Oh, good. Wait. No. I don't know if there's a way to duplicate it. Okay, then for now, I'm just going to say who needs corners, and I'm just going to replace them. Okay. No, I don't want that. So this terrain stuff, so I'm gonna have to, that's right. Well, yeah. The way this works is you're basically setting like these little brown squares. You're setting like which sides have to be colliding with another tile for this particular tile to appear. And it's kind of an absolute nightmare. I wish you could just draw them on directly instead of having to like manually input these little values. Okay. Oh, okay. I think that's similar to what I have right now. Oh, that is strange. What I have right now is I have this constant death speed variable, and then whenever you collide with a wall, it checks the length of the vector. So no matter which direction it's in, it's the total length, and if it's greater than or equal to the death speed, then you die. And so I'll probably play around with this number for a bit, and see if like it's possible that if I raise it, then that's all I'll need to make it feel more comfortable. And if not, oh no, I lost. Where did it go? My basic tiles. Okay. But yeah, if it still feels weird after that, then I'll probably try something involving like checking the angle relative to the wall, or you know, checking just the velocity in one direction. Okay, please work. How come is it just me, or is it, okay, no, never mind. Yay! Oh, wait a minute. We're fine, we're fine. I just forgot which parts were, I forgot which parts were walls and which parts were spaces. That might be something to figure out, because I bet, I don't know, players might be confused by that too. I kind of want to add some kind of like starry background. I would probably put it, have it inside of the walls, because I think if I put it behind the players, it could make it hard to read what was going on. That seems about right. Okay. Yeah, so this feels more manageable for the third level. There's a lot more space to catch yourself. And so now let's figure out the star thing. So I'm thinking, why don't we create a node that, yeah, there probably is. And I've actually wanted to do something like that before with a different game. I wonder if I could do it really quickly. Like, yeah, you can make a line 2D. Yeah, totally. And I feel like the game will be at its most fun when you're going fast. Okay, so if I make a line, oh wait, I need two little points. Oh, actually, it's easier if I use this. Oh, it's so thick! Let's make it 2 pixels wide. And then let's make it red, blue, red. Let's make it red, but not full red. And then I'll just give it a script. We'll call it vector visualizer. And let's, I just like giving things their own class names just in case, even if I never do anything with them. And we'll give it an export var, which would be the ship. Do I not have a ship? I don't have a ship class. That's hilarious. Let's do that. Now you should, oh, ship, hello. Why do you not recognize? Oh, because I didn't save my script. Uh-oh. Okay, that works. And then we will, let me see if this works. Ship dot, no. Oh right, hold on, I have to make a function. Okay, so every frame, we'll say rotation equals ship dot velocity dot angle. Let's see if that works. And then we'll have to do the length as well, but I just want to see if this works first. Uh-oh. Invalid get index. Oh, because I didn't assign it. Hee hee. So it's working, but it's wrong. So I need to rotate it, I think. What if we have it like that by default? Yeah. Yeah. So now it's pointing in the direction of our velocity. And now, I'm wondering if maybe a polyline is the wrong tool to use for this, because it might be a little annoying to, well, it's hard to say. What if, oh, well, I think what I can do, if I use, yeah. Okay, so if I use a raycast, and we put the let's detach this script. Let's put it on the raycast. We'll say now you're a raycast. Give me my vector visualizer. Okay. And then we here we can make the line 2D a child of the raycast, and then we can raycast target point. Okay, so then we'll say a target point or target position will be equal to the, oh, I need a max velocity, don't I? That's important. Let's do that first. It'd be funny if I didn't have a max speed. Actually, I'm just not going to for now. It will be equal to wait a minute, ship velocity dot length. Let's just oh, right. Right. Well, actually, it can just be right. Now that we're using a raycast, we can just set the target position equal to the ship's velocity, and then we can set this first point of the line 2D there we go. So line dot points, is this an array? How do I just grab one point? Segments are drawn. It is an array. Okay. Dot points 1 dot position equals target position. Now, will this work? No. Invalid. Oh, right. I have to reset the ship. In value set index position on base. That doesn't make any sense. Those are the same types of variables. Let me make sure that this is even a valid thing. It's not. Oh. Oh. Because the point itself is a vector too. I don't have to get its position. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. Oh, it's glorious. Thank you for making me do this, Caleb. It's actually extremely fun. I could just do this for hours. I'm gonna scrap all the levels and just make this the game. Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad we did that. Now, I'm just gonna make it so that, let's see. Show velocity. Oh, let me get this as a variable. Absolutely. You'll be in the special thanks at the very least, if not co-designer. Okay, so now I'm just making it so that we have a Boolean that we can turn on and off on the ship to make it, or to affect whether that ray displays. So yeah, so by default, show velocity will be off, which means that it just destroys it before the game starts. But if we have it on, there it is. Okay. So now, we can get back to development. Okay. So, I want to make a little mechanism to cause this level's star to run away from the player so that they have to chase it. And, oh, where? Hello? Oh, there you are. I think it'll start up here. But we'll make, I think this is a good time to use a path 2D node. Although I don't really want a curve. I just want a straightforward, hold on. Yeah, I don't like that it's sort of bendy by default. Actually, I guess it's not that bendy. Let's just see how this works if select points, select control points. If I make sure it's really truly square. Oops. It's still like, why is it bending? I wonder if this would be easier to just do with code or with my own little system. Points. Oh, well, I probably want them all to be multiples of 16, right? Maybe that would help. What is this in-out thing? Never really used this node before. So that's, in theory, like perfectly aligned with the path, but it's still curvy. What happens if I mess with this? Oh. Bake interval. Huh. So maybe if I have this at 0 or close to 0, then between 2 cache points, changing it forces the cache to be recomputed the next time. More points in the cache, the more memory. Oh. Interesting. Close curve, delete point. What is select control points? That just gets the whole group? Ooh! And is that reflected in the numbers? It is. Interesting. Okay. So let's see what happens if, I think we need another, yes, so we need a path follow to go with this. And the path follow moves around, yeah. So, and then if we have the star be a child of the path follow, and we reset its, why are you over there, path follow? Oh no. Oh, it hates that I did that. Oh no. Hold on. What if we reset the transform and then put it, there we go. What? Well, excuse me. What? Why is it so unhappy? Cubic interp. Oh, Hello. It's the star. The star was the problem. Okay. There we go. So it does seem like it's a little, I'm just going to make a simple script to make it go. And we'll see how it looks. It's probably going to be slow. Oops. Oh, I got it. Let's do plus equals, because I want it to go in the other direction. Oh, okay. So maybe it is actually cleanly on those points. That's good. Okay, sick. So now we just need to give it a little area that detects the player, and when the player gets close, it runs away. I'll just call this, well, whatever. Flee node, I don't know. Oh, and I want to rename the script too. Oh, I should resort my scripts. Okay. Let's give you we can make it a constant. We can for now, and we'll say, let's give it a really simple state machine, where it has idle and flee. And then we'll match state every frame. We want to have it move in the opposite direction of the player, so we'll need a way to detect that. And then we need a collision shape for area. And I think this can be a circle. So then we'll connect our body entered node to the flee node. So on body entered, we'll change the state to flee. And then before I worry about the direction thing, let's just make sure this works. Yep. Okay. So I feel like it should also stop once it is a certain distance away from the player. So I'm going to make another node. Let's see. Actually, call it pursuer. Is that how you spell that? Pursue. That's gonna drive me crazy. Is that with a U or an E? It's with a U. Okay. And that is, well, we might use this for other purposes later, so I'll just say it's a node 2D. We'll assign that to the ship. And oh, let's make sure our collision things are right. I think we just want it to check for 1. We don't need it to be in its own layer. And then I guess we'll check if body is the pursuer, just to keep those things consistent. And then we'll say I wonder what is there a way to do, oh, there is, like a ruler. So from opposite ends of the stage, that's like $46 and a little. Just call it like 47. We should probably make that an adjustable variable, so we can make that, we could even use an array, a cheese consumer, I don't know. I mean, like, you can burn cheese, and it'll get like crispy, but I feel like that, at least for me, that only happens when I have the cheese like right on the pan. So if the cheese is like mixed in with your other ingredients, I don't know, I feel like it'd probably be fine, but I'm also like the worst person to ask about this. And we can't have any broken emulsions. Call it safe distance. That's a float. Let's just say 47 for now. So then if pursuer, oh, here we'll do if global position dot distance to pursuer dot global position is greater than or equal to safe distance, then set the state back to idle. And then else update the progress. So let's see if that works. So when it gets around here, it should, nope, still going. Interesting. And the pursuer is set properly. I wonder, greater than or equal to, let's print this. Oops. Wait, why? Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, right, because it's not in the flee state yet. Okay. So, oh, there we go. It's just, I think I need to make it smaller. I don't love this solution. I think it feels a little a little arbitrary. I might want to make it so that either it only stops in corners, or maybe it just keeps running and just swaps directions when it needs to. So for now I'm gonna get rid of this, and how do we decide which direction? So basically there are a few different scenarios. If if it's in a situation like this where the player is facing it down in a hallway, then it has a clear place it's going to go, which is away. The only time when it's not really clear is when it's in a corner and the player's in the opposite corner, and then it could go either way. I wonder. I think just the resolution requirements. It would be really funny if people made games that required like a super beefy rig despite the resolution. I mean, I suppose you could do like ray tracing or whatever with a 64x64 game. That'd actually be really cool. Like using lower resolutions as a way to do more advanced graphical things. I feel like my brain is not working. So all this thing has is a plus or a minus in terms of the direction it's going along this path. I think checking the distance of the player isn't really helpful, but I could yeah. I wonder. One thing I could do is make an area for each hallway. Well, that feels a little too cumbersome. I'd like something where I can just easily get either a 1 or a -1 and apply that to where this thing is going. So I know that, like, in this case, I would want it to have a positive 1, but in like this case I would want it to have a negative 1. I'm just trying to figure out if is there some like generalizable truth about the relationship between their positions that corresponds to those possibilities, like, because I don't really think there is in terms of their velocity vectors. Like here the direction would be what, like 0, -1 or whatever, and then if they were over here, like if the ship was here and the star was up here, it would be the same distance vector, but I would want them to go in the opposite direction. So it feels like it needs to be based on more than just the relationship to each other, possibly also to, I don't know, where they are in relation to the space. I didn't expect this to be the thing that I'd get stumped on. Maybe I feel like I might need to read more about these nodes. Oops. I wonder. That doesn't make much sense. I can feel my concentration starting to fade, so maybe I should work on something else and let it simmer in the background. But I also don't want to give up. I wonder if I could have it like do like 4 different ray casts or something to assess where it is. Like maybe each time it hits a corner. And if it sees like the ship in one direction and nothing in the other direction, then it knows to go in the direction without the ship. Let me try like if I just do this, global position minus pursuer dot global position. I wonder if I'll notice anything. So, oops, I killed it. Although I guess the path is still going. So, it seems like, oh, never mind. I really didn't make the collision thing really unforgiving. I probably shouldn't crack my fingers on stream. This is a little wild. The one thing I could do is I could have it simulate what progressing the progress by 1 step would do for the distance. This might actually be the best way to do it. So I could say okay, check this out. So we'll have 2 vectors. We'll call them next dist plus yeah, I mean, it's sort of a matter of taste. I bet there's got to be like what's it called? Joint cracking ASMR, right? Okay, and then I'll have next dist minus. And then every frame during the flee state, I will check, we'll say, next dist plus equals oh, but now we have to simulate what would happen if we were to increase the progress, which actually is not, that would not be very straightforward, would it? Well, maybe. Ooh. Okay, this is kind of a crazy solution, but what if we add 2 more path follows? And we'll call, well, actually, no, yeah, we do need to add 2 more path follows. Oh wait, whoops. So we'll call this one node plus, and this one flee node minus. And then we'll we don't need those for now. We'll make export vars of the 2 nodes. And it's a path follow. And minus. And then on ready, we're going to say plus's position is equal to our position plus, like, 5. It doesn't really matter. Oh, right. Not position. Progress. And then minuses will be our progress minus 5. And then, here, let me set these before I forget. During the flee state, we'll say if, first, actually, I am going to use these. Well, let's see how cumbersome this becomes. Why don't we make some separate functions? We'll say check plus, or we could just say check dist, and it takes a path 2D, and it returns a vector. So we'll say path, say return, although actually no, it'll return a float because we're just checking distance. And so then we want to return path dot global position dot distance to pursuer dot global position. And so then we can say if check dist plus is greater than check dist minus, then we progress in the positive direction. Invalid argument should be path 2. Oh, right, path follow 2D. Elif check dist minus is greater than check dist plus, and then we'll say progress minus equals delta, and then else should just be if they're the same, then pass. Just don't move. Okay. I just did a lot of things in there, so something probably won't work. But let's see. So let's see if it turns around at the right time. Nope. Should have turned around by now. Let's make sure. Oh, you know why? Because we're not progressing our plus and our minus. We should be progressing them every time we progress the main one. So let's make a function for that. So prog progress paths or whatever, and that means we I'm guessing I can't take a plus or a minus, so I'll just take call it dir, and it's an int. So I'll just put in either +1 or -1. So then we progress all of them, and then we put, we also have to pass in delta. And so we'll do dir times all those. So then this will just be, what? Identifier, oh right, minus. No! Okay, minus, right, so progress paths 1 for the plus direction. 2 fewer, oh right, and delta. And then this will be progress, nope, progress paths -1. Okay, see if that works. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. Awesome. So now, oops, let's see how hard this is to catch, because I'm dying a lot. Oh, well, so if you go like, maybe it's more challenging if, because I really want them to have to catch it. So if we put the portal over here and we start you over, well, I guess it would be, what is that, 48? Well, that, no! Oh, okay, 48, 60. Does that break? Oh, okay, that does. Then let's just call it 32-ish. Oh, although, right, then it's still, okay. So what if we ignore the whole area thing and we just say from the start it's moving away from you? So let's have it start in the flee state. Uh-oh, it's confused. Why is it confused? I'm gonna put little markers on these guys so that we can see them. Color. Oh, so big. Hello? Where are you? There you are. What? Why are you not centered? Okay, just do that. What? Why can I not? I'm copying that and it's pasting a respawn point. Is that a bug? Alright, well, let's just see where these guys end up. So that is correct, but they're like flipping out when we start. Oh, and then they recover. So is it just the corner? Huh. That's really interesting. Yeah, it must be like there's points at which is the furthest one is sort of in flux, and it takes them some time to get going. I'm fine with them moving slower, I just don't like that it's like jittering back and forth. Trying to think of what we can do to fix that. We could say that instead of passing when they're equal, although I don't know if that's actually what's happening. It might just be that it's doing both of these things in quick succession. What if we had a last dir, and we'll just say it's either left or right. And that's an int. We'll say, oh, actually no, let's call it positive or negative to keep things clear. So then in, yeah, if plus is greater, then last dir will be positive, not pog, it won't be pog. Okay, and then we'll just say match last dir, and it'll keep moving depending on the last direction it moved. No, there's no pogs allowed on YouTube. It's unfortunate. Okay. That seems just as janky, if not more. Why does it look so in pain? If I minimize those boys, yeah, I just wanna smooth it out. I wonder if there's a way to, is there a way to like reload a scene? Can a scene reload itself? Reload. Where is it? Reload. No, that's not what I want. Resources reload. Reload scene from path. Reloads the scene at given path. Because that would be cool if let's see, does the ship emit a signal when it dies? Because it really should. No, it doesn't. Let's make a die signal. So on respawn timer timeout, instead of manually doing that, let's died.emit, and then let's have our level automatically connect our ship. So first I'm just gonna do that so that we get all of the commands. So if ship is not null, ship dot died dot connect to func restart, restart, and then what was it, reload at, what was it, reload scene from path. I don't know if I can actually do that from here though. Yeah, it's not coming up, so is there, can I Q, what is Q redraw? No, I don't want a canvas item. I might have to do this with the parent scene. I'm gonna look this up really quick, and then I actually have to go in a couple minutes. Godot reload scene. Let's see. Oh, get tree dot reload current scene. Although, will that reload everything in the tree? Because I might not want to do that. Well, let's just see what happens for now. Okay, well it is restarting the way I want it to. But that might cause some problems when I get the UI all hooked up. Well, there's some things to tinker with. Maybe I should have a range for this. Like, if they're too close, then nothing happens. Like, what if I just do -3? That's a really random number. So it has to be at least 3 greater. Well, no, it's not really any different. It just sort of, the stuttering just happens at a different time. It's actually, okay, it's actually extremely inaccurate when I do it like that. So I won't do it like that. All right, well, now is the time that I was planning to stop because I need to eat dinner. But this was fun. I will be back next week with more of this, and on Sunday for Eco. So farewell. Thank you all for joining me.